Hi everybody, it's Roxana with Past Present Herbs, and I thought I'd come on here and shoot a video. I haven't been shooting very many videos. I get all excited and really want to shoot some videos. I just wanted to explain for just about a minute. I'm sorry if you don't know me, you may have to listen to this, but I won't make it very long. I've been shooting videos on YouTube for 3 years and I don't make any money. And I know that's not any fault of yours. I have a lot of people that have got on here and subscribed. You make comments, and I don't know if anybody ever shares my videos. I just assume some people do. Some people may not, I don't know. But I was making 2 videos a week. I started out making just 1 video a week. Then I was up to making 2 videos a week. And there's a lot that happens behind the scenes of making videos that people don't really know about. But I was working a full-time job when I started making these videos, and I was putting a lot of effort in after I would get home, and I really loved making videos. And I wanted to start making these videos so that I could fall back and have some part-time money coming in, because as we all know, the economy sometimes is not always stable. And I wanted to work my way up to making a full-time income so that when I retired, I could some way subsidize my retirement. But as it seemed, the harder I worked, my videos weren't going anywhere. Some of my friends would say, I never see your videos. And some of my family members would have to search really hard. I would have to send my videos out to people, which is okay. I mean, that's sometimes how you have to get your videos out. And even YouTube tells you that's how you have to get your videos out. I would email them and just, text my friends. I even tried for a while putting my videos out on Facebook, and nobody would get my videos. And I tried other countries, getting my videos out to other countries. That did work for a while, but then they tell you how to market yourself. Literally, it got me nowhere. And for like a season, like a short season, I just got nowhere. I mean, I just was trying hard, and it just got me nowhere. So it just seemed like all my content, all my hard work they were saying, yes, this is good, you're doing great, but nothing was going nowhere. So finally, I just got discouraged. I think after 3 years, you just get discouraged. And I got sick, and that was nobody's fault, but I quit making as many videos, and with no support, and I moved, and then I was kind of reluctant to get started back. So anyway, I got some information that I might be, if I was asked to come back and shoot some more content, I might be able to make a few. I didn't know people were still watching my channel. So I thought, well, I might be interested in coming back and making a few videos and seeing where it goes. So that's why I'm going to shoot a video today, and we'll see where it goes. I hope you like and share. If you've never seen me before, give it a shot. If this channel is for you, if you like herbs, maybe you'll be interested. I don't know that I'm going to make a lot of videos, but I'm going to do a few videos and see where it takes me. And then I'm also going to see behind the scenes what they're saying, because I think they've changed some things here on YouTube. But I will leave. I'm not going to be able to talk about what I used to talk about, so I will leave some information where I will be posting some more videos. Okay, let's get started on this video. I'm going to be making a cold and flu remedy, and cold and flu herbs. Okay, so today's video is going to be all about your cold and your flu herbs, and what I do every year to help my family out. And I thought I would just bring you along. I had a cold last week, and I make a little tincture, and you don't have to make it very big. This is about the size I make to last me all year, me and my family. And I mix together some herbs that I know that are good for me and my family. And this one I put in a little tincture bottle, and it has a little eyedropper bottle, and that way you can stick it up underneath your tongue. If you don't have anything like this, that's perfectly fine. All you have to do is use a little teaspoon, and that's perfectly fine for you and your family. You can also get these little bottles off of Amazon, or you can get them at your health food store. Most health food stores get these. You just don't want a clear bottle. You want either a blue bottle. Blue is normally for essential oils, but as long as it's not clear, you can get brown. Brown is normally for herbs, for the earth, and blue is for oils. That's normally, but if you can only get the blue, you can use the blue. And the reason is you don't want the sunlight in to get, degrade the concentration of your herbs. But I use these because these are my non-canning jars, and I'll cover it up or put it in the cabinet so that it won't get direct sunlight onto it. And so what we're going to be doing, our herbs that we're going to be using today, is we're going to be using Boneset. Boneset has several names, but let me get my piece of paper. I don't know a lot of names. I think I might not have used, I don't know, you may have to, it's in the family of, let's see, they've been using it since the 19th or 18th century. They've been using it forever. It's in the, let's see here. No, I don't think I printed it off. Anyway, it's been used for a long time. Anyway, a lot of people use the flowers. They use the whole plant. I don't know anything about the root, but it is, they wrap the leaves. It's got a history of, you can make a poultice. You can use they used to use it a lot for healing bones. We don't typically, we don't use it so much for that, but you can make a salve out of it and help aid the healing of bones. But I don't know a lot about making or healing the bones. I just know more about as a respiratory herb. So we're going to talk about, like I said, the Native Americans taught the people in the 19th century, 18th century, they taught them how to use it as a respiratory herb for colds and coughs, and basically how to infuse it into water and how to use it as a tea. And really, the first flu epidemic, they taught them how to heal their bodies and use it as a medicine, a remedy, because back in the day, families were on their own. And the Indians, the Native American Indians, taught families with the use of herbs. And they would go out and identify these herbs, and they used these herbs to aid their families. So we have been using this for a very long time. I'm talking centuries. Because a lot of people, when they come to this country, they just did not know what to do. And so we've been using it and taking it and making, we made a lot. You can use it. If you use too much of it, it becomes a diaphoretic, and so it will, if you use too much of it, you'll start vomiting and you'll have diarrhea. So you want to be careful about that. It's not too bad if you make a laxative out of it, but you want to get cleaned out, good and cleaned out. But it's good. It helps with fever, cough, flu. A hot infusion is really good because it will break up everything in your chest. Today, I want to use a little bit of it to mix with my mullein, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to use a half a cup of it. You don't need a whole bunch of this. I've got mine from, and I'm going to use a heaping cup. I may use just a tad bit more. I may just use a whole cup. But the reason that we're going to use this is because mullein on its own, I've got to make a tea, a respiratory tea, and then I've got to use quite a bit of my mullein. I've got the mullein I grew, I've got the mullein I bought, and mullein is a lot fluffier. Mullein is a great expectorant. Now, I don't think, in all my years, I don't think mullein has actually taken care of a fever, but Boneset will take care of your fever. So, but mullein is great. They're both great for the lungs. And one thing that I know that a lot of people were really, and mullein is not an antiviral, but Boneset is an antiviral. So you really, really want to pay attention to the two differences in the two herbs. And, you know, you can grow both of these herbs. It would be great to have. Mullein is a biennial. Boneset is a perennial. So it's good to have both of these on hand. And it's good that you can, you know, have some flowers around, but it's good that you can also take into account, now there's both herbs, and there'll be plenty of room. I'm going to use vodka today, and I'm only going to use 80% because there's no need to put anything higher than that. And we're just going to pour our vodka in here. But you can leave it 4 weeks or you can leave it 6 to 8 weeks. But I'm probably only going to leave mine 4 to 6 weeks because of the fact that I still have a little bit left over. So if I do get sick, I can grab what I have left over. Now I'll let mine soak up. I've got it right there. I'm going to let mine soak up for just a minute. And you always want to make sure you push it down. Most people that have watched me, unless you're new and you just don't know how to make a tincture, most people know this mullein is what's going to take up most of your liquid from your, you got 80% of vodka, but you got 40% water and 40% alcohol. And that's what's going to soak up on your mullein. That's why you want to wait a few minutes before. I've made a mess with my mullein here. That's why I always put a towel or something underneath it, because you know you're going to have to come back and check on your tincture, because it is going to, I don't think you've got to watch my tincture making process. I always push this tincture underneath the herbs. It's gonna, you know, you want to make sure you get all your bubbles out. I always equate this to getting the bubbles out. I do a lot of canning verbiage versus tincture because I'm just so used to doing both. I just recently did some canning bone broth, and then I canned all my bone broth. So I thought, well, I better do this. Tried to get it all done in one day and it didn't work. So I stir until it's nice, and I do the folklore method, so I don't do no measuring. I do a little bit of measuring with my herbs, but I make sure that this is nice and watery. That's what I call it, watery, where there's plenty of liquid where it can, you know, get around in there, because I want to make sure that that's not going to soak everything up. I put a nice tight lid on there. I'll come back and check on it tomorrow, and you want to make sure to label it, because in 4 to 6 weeks you may have another tincture right beside it, and you want to make sure that this is Mullein. Okay, now I'm going to go over just a few notes that I have made, and of course I told you that they used it. Oh, it's a good spasmodic. So if you got that hacking cough, you know, when you get to coughing sometimes and you can't stop coughing, that will help you to you know, relieve some of that spasming and coughing. That will help you to slow that coughing down. You do want to have some coughing going on, but you don't want to cough till you hurt yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Your immune stimulating properties are going to be in your Boneset. Historical, like I said, when you had the outbreak of all these flus that go around, the antiviral properties are going to be in your Boneset. And so that's really good. I hear some people sometimes talk about, you know, they heard from someplace, I don't know where, the Boneset stinks. I'm sorry, I don't think that. I have smelled just an earthy smell. It's just green and it's earthy, and I got this sometimes if I can't get it from my regular place. This is Mountain Rose Herbs, which I've always found they've had quality herbs. This is real green, it's real fresh, and it does not stink. It does not stink at all. And you can see this in my hand. I don't want to do it in my crippled hand. It's real green. You can see by the green on my shirt. And it's very fresh. It's actually, it kind of smells like something green that you would eat. It's not got a terrible odor, like, you know, it would make you puke or something. Now, I've had some herbs that they do make you puke, that are meant to make you puke, but they don't. No, not like this. This has a very pleasant. Now, I will say this before I go on reading. You can, in this, you can put some peppermint. The only reason Mullein, Boneset, and peppermint are very good to put together. And the reason is because if you have a fever and you're wanting to cool down, peppermint has great medicinal properties for helping you to do that. But I have a history of having low iron. So peppermint, if you want to put it with that, you can, but I don't want, I'm always trying to keep my iron up. So that's something you might want to look at. If you have a person in your family that has low iron, I will put peppermint as a tea for my husband, but I won't put it in there for a tincture because I'm trying to keep my iron levels up. So if you just use peppermint sparingly, like a tea, maybe once a blue moon, it's not going to hurt you. But I don't want it in my tincture because I need to keep my iron levels high. So that's the only reason. Now I have peppermint. This here is mullein, echinacea, and peppermint. And I use it just very sparingly when I get sick, like 3 days. But I also have another one without peppermint, and I use that one when I get really, really sick. So just FYI, there are some things that you may need to do if you have an underlying condition, like if you're on some medication, and you might want to check with your physician. Most physicians don't do the research. So you may want to get with a certified herbalist who does do their research when it comes to herbs, or you may want to get with a naturopath doctor who is certified in all of this, and they do their research, what medications you're on versus can you take this herb or that herb, because there's a lot of nutritional benefits to taking herbs. So anyway, we'll go on to it is antispasmodic, expectorant, it's a stimulant, which can help a lot of this get going. You can also mix this with your ginger or make ginger tea and help it to move along. Can warm you up if you're cold or if you're hot, like I said, peppermint. There's lots of things. Feverwort, I think, is another name that this might be called, Boneset. And like I said, it's all over. You can find it all over in North America. So at the top, there was a lot of other things that I could talk about, but I just don't want to make this video real long and everything. But yeah, this is what I'm going to do. And like I said, you can do your own research. I'm going to try to get this posted as soon as possible so I can get a new video out there on my channel. But you guys have any questions, leave me a comment below and I will be glad to get back to you as soon as possible. And if there is anybody who would like to share this, I would greatly appreciate it so I can get my channel circulating again. Please like, please share, please comment. And as always, this is Roxana, and I will see you in the next video. God bless everybody. Hang in there. Okay, bye for now.